they don't want to see Krimzon making it. They just, in their minds, like I said this before, they don't want to know that I'm happy. They don't want to know that I'm truly a great father. They don't want to know that I'm truly a great family man. They don't want to know that I actually have money and that I make it. Like, this eats them up because they can't understand. They only know me by what they see on TV. And TV is fucking made up for ratings. Come on, guys. Pretty much. And also, like, the whole job thing, like I brought up before, look what I actually brought up. I marked off everything off of here so people can't get my address. They can't get my location where I work. However, this is from 2017. This is called a W-2. This is what you get when you have a job, when you work. I wouldn't be having something like this if I was really not working. Okay?
And just to let you guys know, Dr. Pepper is life.
No, Dr. Phil.
No,
Thanks,
Dr. Pepper.
Thanks, Dr. Phil. I love the publicity. Hopefully I can come back on your show as a murder rapper gone into this Christian rapper now or some crazy shit. I'll make up something.
I mean, you could do Christian hip-hop.
I would like to actually try to get on the Ellen.
It's a thing.
We should try to go for the Ellen DeGeneres show. Is that how you say it?
Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah. 95% of that episode was made up by me. And I'm actually glad that my wife brought that up because I'm going to grab the original emails from when I made up the story and kept getting denied. I just kept resubmitting it. Finally, I got approved. And even my makeup artist said, Dr. Phil's show is the hardest show to get approved on. It's like...
They select only a few out of probably like 20,000 entries. Like, you really have to have a good story.
Yeah, Dr. Phil's show is really hard, and everything's paid for. Like,
I mean, look at us. It took us 9 tries to finally get accepted.
I would love to go back on there.
Well, I should say it took you 9 tries.
Well, it took the 9th time to finally get on the show. Well, me and my wife, every time we got in an argument, she would be like, well, if you keep it up, I'm not going to do the show. I'm not going to do the show. Like, I literally had to beg her to do the show. Do you remember? And that was my story that I made up, guys. That was my story. And people can hate. People can say whatever. But who wouldn't, in my right mind nowadays, you're an artist, who wouldn't want 20 million people exposure to over 20 million people? Anyone would be stupid not to.
Sorta.
I am here with my wife, so we're gonna pretty much do our first review together from the Dr. Phil show and talk about the Dr. Phil show.
All right, roll the clip.
Okay, well, first of all, before we roll the clip, do you remember when I kept getting denied when I first originally started the show?
Yeah, 9 times.
Well, it took the 9th time to finally get on the show. Well, me and my wife, you know. So let's just roll clips of the Dr. Phil show because we got to stop it here and there because of copyright issues. When I was 20 years old, I broke into my mother's house. Who has $20,000 just laying in their house? No one. Like, who would have just... do you got $20,000 just laying in your house? I mean...
Nope.
Oh. I mean, I might have it in my pocket, but... No, I'm just kidding. This is about $6,000-7,000. Let's go back in and, In 2002, I was arrested for home invasion, burglary, and check fraud. In 2013, I was wrongfully accused of cashing a bad check. We'll stop right there, guys. I was wrongfully accused of cashing a bad check. That part was correct on the Dr. Phil show. Now, do you remember when Rex cashed that check for me?
Yes.
Yes, and... I actually was the one that made out to be the victim of the whole thing because he got the check from me that came in the mail and he's the one who wanted to cash it. However, it came back on me because he called the police later on and waited 3 months to call the police, you know?
Matter of fact, it was 2 weeks before Christmas before he decided to call the news station to act like we ripped him off around Christmas time.
And you guys all know the news does this to make themselves look good. They make up stories. So what I was going to do, and I still have not done this because Cassandra, that one that did the article on the news, no longer works for Fox 17. She moved to Minnesota.
Wonder why.
I was going to go into Fox 17 and ask why they will not take that down and ask why they made me out to be the victim. Well, the perpetrator. You know, I was actually a victim. I got sent that check in the mail. I didn't know it was fake, or I would have never even had him cash it. He's my fucking neighbor. Come on.
In college, it uses student funds to pay for most of my monsters. I never intended to go.
Now that part, I enrolled into college and used my student funds to pay for my monsters. That was incorrect. They had to have a good enough story to go on TV. So my only way was to come up with the story on my emails, which actually I never thought about doing this.
You should upload the emails.
I still have the emails that I wrote myself coming from my email acting like Melissa. So pretty much what I did is I was acting like I was Melissa to reach out to the Dr. Phil show and tell him all my problems. Huh?
You're loud.
Well, yeah, I'm half deaf. So, I mean, guys, you can believe what you believe, but this is what we should really touch base on, like where I said that I hate you and...
Oh, I'm going to clear this up. He has never laid a hand on me in the 9 years that we've been together.
Trust me, guys, if any man lays his hands on a woman, he's obviously a pussy. You don't lay your hands on any woman. The only way that Dr. Phil show would accept my episode on the air was to have a good enough story. And the only way they would let my murder rap on the air was to have it where it was affecting my family. Which... And you know I do take pride into my murder rap, but I don't sit here and do this all day. I do this when my son's at school, like right now. He's at school for 4 to 5 hours. He's not around. This is when I do my daily vlogs. This is when I do my Krimzon X stuff. Or I do it at night in the room while he's asleep. I do not expose him to anything wicked, anything crazy. You know, I'm a father during the day. I have 5 children, guys, you know.
And he sees every single child.
Yes, and, you know, you guys think you're hurting me when you say get a job, but I might, if you guys keep it up, I might just grab that slogan and run with it. Get a job, just like CringeGang. That's now mine, because we are cringy motherfuckers. So is there anything really you'd like to touch base on the Dr. Phil show?
Everything was made up. We had to make up some story to get on there.
Well, I pretty much begged my wife that's sitting right here.
And don't forget my mom, too.
Yes. Well, this is what happened, too. So we finally got approval, right? They're like, well, hey, Amy is the coordinator. Amy was like, look, we want your story. We think we can work with it. But then they got it a couple days later, like, well, we got good and bad news. We like the story. However, we need a second opinion. And I'm like, oh no. And maybe if I check my emails, I think I still got that video of Mike. So I hollered at my friend Mike, who is a pastor. Mike was like, I'll go on there and be your second opinion. Well, Mike was going to go on there, couldn't get the time off work, so that failed. He even did a video and everything for the Dr. Phil show, and I'm going to roll the clip right now. Then, Adam was going to do it, my buddy. But then Adam was like, look, I can't get off work either. So then we had to beg
my mom.
Her mom, which really doesn't like my music anyway, so it worked out great. She was like, well, it's a free trip to LA, guys. Come on, who wouldn't want to go to Los Angeles?
5-star hotel, dining.
Everything paid for. You know how much that shit would cost? We had a $600 a day budget in food per person. It's such a nice day in Michigan today. Who wouldn't want to...
What is it, like 58 out?
It's a good day 60? To cook steaks.
I think we should get steaks for dinner.
Yeah, I think we should too. And we'll play with Crimmy. We'll have Crimmy outside today. He would love to be outside in this, so yeah. So yeah, guys, just for the ones that believe it's real, I do not want to come back on here again, ever do this again, but I thought it would be great to actually have my wife here, do a review, and let's play a little bit more clips from the earlier episodes. And I got some other stuff to say. You know the part where I was like, if I ever... Hold on.
Oh, the if I was a monster part?
Oh, I hated that.
They made you say that and you had no clue what you were saying.
Is this something that you think you're transforming into?
Because you asked me backstage, you're like, why did they have me say monster? And I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Put on my contacts.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good point too. Like, we're in the black room where they make you say words.
It's actually a green room.
Oh, it's a green room, yeah. But they make you say words. They're like, repeat these words after me. They're like, I always wanted.
Monster, monster.
They made me say monster by itself. So I had never even told them this. So on the show, they were like, I've always wanted to be a monster. And I'm like, and do you remember the hotel room when we walked in? And in like a week prior to airing my episode, Dr. Phil was already getting in trouble for exposing people, I guess, to pills, booze. I'm not going to badmouth Dr. Phil here. I never, like, got exposed to no pills or nothing because I don't do pills, but...
But I will say there was a shit ton of alcohol.
When we walked in that room, they had it loaded with fists, and I'll play a little clip of that. Like, the entire hotel room was full of booze, like a little bit of each kind of booze.
Oh, and they had 7 bars in the hotel.
Yeah, 7 bars in the hotel, but the good thing was the hotel was right off the boulevard, so we could just walk right out and be right on Hollywood Boulevard. Like, I was in paradise. I pretty much lived out there, you know?
It was beautiful.
But, oh, with the Insane Clown Posse Part 2, a lot of people are like, oh, he knew that Insane Clown Posse was on. We didn't know.
We had absolutely no clue that ICP was going to be filmed via Skype. It was totally a surprise.
It was all, like, I didn't know until commercial break. Like, up next, we're going to hear from Insane Clown Posse. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, and then my mom's like, who are these guys on the screen? I said, Mom, that's ICP. She goes, huh?
But remember the part where you were all, like, nodding your head, and then, like, after ICP said something, and then, like, they beeped me out? I never swore on stage.
No, not at all. We couldn't swear. We had to talk proper English.
But they made it out, and that's what they did. And they cut a lot of Violent J's stuff, too, because I said a lot more. But also, Violent J tried to claim that he never knew me. But I think they cut it because they knew that was a stupid lie, because I played The Gathering, what, 3 times?
3 times, and ICP was there all 3 times. Matter of fact, I was on stage when Twisted was playing and went backstage with Twisted and went to see ICP. And they're acting like they don't know us. Also,
listen to this, the last gathering that I brought Melissa to, I wish I was vlogging back then because I would have been doing vlogs and videos, but unfortunately I wasn't back then. However, they paid me my last time to do the gathering, also had me host Psychopathic Records Radio with Wolfpack. Fucking host their radio station. That's where I'm wearing that fucking ICP jersey and shit and that pants and top, because they gave me that for hosting. It was a free gift. Then I wore it on stage that night, and how, by a guy that they claim is lacking talent, why are you going to have him represent Psychopathic Records Radio
why
and
would
then
you book him if he's lacking talent?
Pay me for the 3rd year in a row to do the gathering? Do you remember your first year at the gathering?
Oh my God, I was so scared to come out of the tent. I have never been to a gathering, a Woodstock, nothing.
Yeah, she was scared to come out of the tent for like almost the first day. Imagine you've never been to a gathering, you really don't know a lot about ICP, and you've got 20, 30,000 people with painted faces tripping on acid and shit. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, being your first time, you'd be scared. I was scared, I ain't gonna lie.
And then we had Kardashian's driver. Remember the old black guy, the old driver?
Yeah.
Yep. With the Escalades. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he met us at, what is it, the checkpoint where you go through security?
Yep, they had...
He held up a sign with my name on it, and I'm like, oh, that must be our driver. And then we got to talking, and he goes, yeah, I used to drive for the Kardashians. I was like, no freaking way.
And I wish I was vlogging then. I did video, but it's so shitty because I did it on my phone. I wish I was vlogging.
And Krim was acting up in the car because, I mean, he just got off like a 7-hour flight.
Yeah, and that boy did really well. Like... And I didn't start vlogging until 2 weeks after I got back from LA. So when we got to LA, we had to rehearse like every day, full days. We had to rehearse this show. Remember that?
Yes. It was like when we got to the hotel, it was like the first 2 days was nothing but rehearsing. We got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Our chauffeur, which was the driver for the Kardashians, picked us up 6 o'clock from the hotel, brung us to the studio. From sunup to sundown, we were all rehearsing.
We didn't get our first free day until like the 3rd or 4th day.
Yeah, it was like the 3rd day out there. They're like, hey, you guys can take a break. You know, we got everything we need. And yeah, we
basically walked to the
loose.
Freddy Krueger house where I filmed part of my video. But yeah, like I said, like the third or fourth day, we actually, yeah, so we finally got our break that day. We didn't get to meet Dr. Phil until the day of, till like right when we went on stage. So like we had to have all our, like all they did was practice with us every day on our speech. Remember that?
Yep.
Like they almost pulled me off the show probably 20, 30 times. They threatened me. Well, we're not going to air your show. We'll just send you back. We're not going to do it.
Here's the thing. Let me say, Dr. Phil on TV looks so young. It's because of the makeup. If you actually see him in person live, he looks much, much older.
He had this long hair coming off his eyebrow. I remember looking up at him. And then my nose was running a little bit because they had so much makeup on me over my tattoos.
It was hot because of all the stage lights.
And
it was hot.
And the makeup made my face hotter, so I started sweating, and Dr. Phil's seen it. Remember at the end, he handed me that handkerchief. I think they cut it. You can't see it on the show. But I wiped my nose with it, and then I kept it. It said Dr. Phil, and I still have it. So, but thanks, guys, for tuning in. Like I said, don't believe a damn thing you hear. I would like to go back on there as like this reformed Christian guy that stopped doing murder rap and like...
Praise Jesus.
Also, people are hating. I love how they say your 15 minutes of fame is up.
His 15 minutes of fame hasn't even started.
Yup. Oh, and today they sent me my thank you for entering, thank you for coming on the America's Got Talent. Guys, and guess what? That starts airing next week. So guess what, everybody? Krimzon's just begun making moves. I plan on making moves the next few years. I plan on doing a whole bunch of talk shows. I plan on doing so much. So get used to me in the spotlight, y'all, because I'm the kind of guy that makes moves. I don't care what it makes me out to be. Like, the reason I did Dr. Phil is because my reputation was so bad. If I didn't do something like that, I was destroyed anyways. So, look at, like, I'm wearing $2,000 14 karat gold necklaces, all fucking real. You know? Stacks of loot, all real.
You shouldn't even have to prove that.
No, I know. I'm just stunting on them. But, okay. Like, if you go on, like, I got proof so many times for Springer and that, but, like, who makes it big off Springer? Nobody. They just, like, that's a show that...
sit there and fight like sissies. Like, who wants to do that?
Do you remember when I first did the Dr. Phil shit, and Reeves was all going at me, and he's like, Dr. Phil is not the #1. It's all for old people, and... Dr. Phil is the #1 talk show.
Someone's gonna do some research.
Yep. So, just and there's hundreds of videos. I mean, you guys seen it all. You know why? Because people hold grudges. They're salty. They wish it was them that got that publicity. They wish it was them that insane clown posse came on TV with. And you know what the funny part is, guys? Fucking ICP fell right into my trap. You guys remember when I came, and the reason I waited for 4 months to go back at ICP is I waited till my episode aired so everybody could see. Because if I went at ICP right away, no one would even know what I'm talking about. Duh. Plus, guys, listen to this. What artist out there fucking has ICP Shaggy 2 Dope sit for 2 hours and doing fucking Psychopathic Records episode on? Me. Because you know why? Because I made that happen. I pissed him off. I fucking knew he fell right into my trap. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. You gotta get out there and you gotta do stuff. Just like I got out there, I didn't care what the fucking they said about me. I got on the Dr. Phil show. I got out there. I got on America's Got Talent. And I went and I had Shaggy 2 Dope talk shit about me for 2 hours. And that's just the beginning. That's only touching the underground. That don't even mean what the other shit I got in store. But I'm not going to give you guys my secrets because I don't want nobody to ruin shit for me. I'm still going to tour. I'm still going to do shows. I'm still going to be a father. I'm still going to be an artist. I'm still going to be here fucking 20, 30 years from now. Unless you motherfuckers try to kill me. Because that's what it's going to take for me to stop.